you're dating the wrong kind of woman.
Well, it's
That's
because
your problem.
right now women want 20th century ideals. They want 20th century quote unquote chivalry, which is bullshit to begin with. But it's they want this 20th century sensibilities, but they want 21st century privileges.
Just in reference to the video, I just wanted to say that the idea is that women will lose attraction and respect for men who don't pass their shit tests. So what I would like to ask the women is, do women consciously shit test men, or is it an unconscious thing?
In relationships, when things happen, I don't see them as tests. I see them as something that we both get through together on the same conscious level of like, this is how we would handle this if it were to arise. But as far as like girls that test guys, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Like, let me see what he would do if my girlfriend hit on him or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't,
Test his loyalty.
that is a form of
his,
manipulation, and I don't function that way, so I can't relate.
Do you think many women function that way?
I've done a kind of a little test. I wouldn't call it a test, you know what I mean? But kind of like when I decided to bring a guy around my friends or my group of friends.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you, like, we get wild. We do crazy shit when we're out together. Like, how do you feel? How does it make you feel when you hang out with us? Like, are you having fun, or are you having fun with my friends, you know? Or are you sitting off in a corner somewhere and not being social? Like, either it could be okay, but it just tells me, you know what I mean, if we, again, are on the same frequency.
Can I, let me throw
So
some,
I don't
I
call
feel like
it
that's
like
more
a
observation
test, but
than
it's
testing.
like,
And is it
that's why I said I don't
but
really
it-
call it a test, but in
Yeah.
the same point in time,
Is it
like,
a conscious thing, though, is what I'm asking?
I don't think so. I think it's completely subconscious. Women will actually acknowledge it occasionally, but it's usually when it's like so overt that they can't not,
You know what?
acknowledge it.
I think I have done that. So when I'm out with my husband and like my best girlfriends or whatever, if he doesn't open the door for them or shut the door for them, I will lose my
See, that's an active test. That's an active
I
test.
will be really upset. And I tell him, we went to the beach and this girl was trying to lug this igloo cooler thing that was bigger than she was. She was 4'8", and she's lugging it up these steps to get to her car. And he's just standing there, and I'm like, he's like, well, I don't want you to feel like I'm overstepping boundaries. Like, bro, a woman is a woman. You know, respect, and a gentleman is not just towards one woman.
You do know
that's
that if you're in San Francisco, did the same exact thing, he's going to get f***ing way late for that, right? You're like, I understand what you're saying, Jesse, but it's like, this is something that happens whenever, sometimes I deal with women, is they're like, I feel very strongly that men should do this. And in the last relationship, he was with a woman who felt the complete opposite. Do you understand that? Like, if you have to say that to him. If you don't say that to him, he's not going to know. There's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where Larry David, like, he's not supposed to have the limo driver help his bags, but it's this tiny little woman. And so he does it. She's like, what are you trying to help me with my bags? Are you fucking chauvinist? And then she picks him up. She can barely hold the bags. And everyone's staring at him like, bro, why aren't you helping her with the fucking bags? It's like that for us sometimes.
Well, so here's the thing.
By the way, you know, there's women out there that if you hold the door open for your girlfriend, fine. If you hold the door open for other women, that woman will trip. So you have to understand, ladies, just so we're clear, just because you like a thing doesn't mean every woman likes a thing.
Hence
if you have a
why
lot,
I said I can't relate. When you ask
Yes.
questions sometimes on these, like,
and Jesse, I agree.
podcasts, I can't.
Jesse, I agree. You do things that are very different from the middle of the standard deviation. Go ahead. We're gonna talk to Lindsay first. Lindsay, go ahead.
So
Lindsay,
I wanted
go.
to say on that, I was like, you know, that is one of my actual favorite silent tests. Like, if a guy opens the door for me, because that is the only way you can unlock the next achievement level, where I reach over and open the
Next
door
character
for
unlocked.
you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I love that. I love doing that.
Yeah, but
for
do
the
you love
guys
it
I'm
for
with.
you?
Yes,
and
I have
also
so much
for
fun
the
with it
girls
because
that you're
it is
with.
a fun little game.
But
well,
just-
I'm not usually with, you know, that scenario. Where
Let's
there's
say
multiple
we were all
people.
going together tomorrow to Dead Mouse, and your man was going to meet up with us. You were walking through a door.
I mean, that,
if
yes,
he holds
that's
it open for
that's
you,
a nice, respectable thing to do.
Okay,
you know,
but you're not
What if I hold the door open
okay.
for your man? Is that okay?
Yeah,
If I hold the door
that's
open for your
okay.
man?
Yeah,
See, that's-
What if I
Yes.
smack him on the
I
ass
love-
as
I
he
do
walks
that
in?
too.
Is that
That's
fine?
I love how a
Yeah, but-
shit.
yeah, I mean,
I love how
you
a
know,
shit
depends
test
on
is.
him.
I love how a shit test is just reduced to opening a fucking door. I mean, like, there's so many other ways that women test that
No,
have
that
nothing
was
to
so
do with.
fun though, because I like opening the door for him. But you only
Go ahead,
get
John,
that
go ahead.
if you open it for me.
I'd like to ask a panel a question about opening up a door. Why has holding the door open become gender neutral when entering a building, but you'll never see a woman opening up a car door for a man?
Damn, I open the car door for my husband all the time, so I don't know. I can't relate. I don't know. But that, again, was taught generations ago that was part of being a gentleman.
Okay, and obviously some women find chivalry to be patronizing, while other women expect it. So, as far as passing those tests, I mean, sometimes women will, you know, say, hey, he didn't offer to do this, and so basically the man is guilty before he even knows what the woman expects out of him.
There's two extremes right now because we're leaving one, like, era of dating and entering another one.
We're in a
So there's a
transitional
mix.
period.
Yeah,
We left that
we're in
a long time
no, we
ago.
haven't left it. We're in a mixed bag. Some women still really want the traditional this, and they still value that, and that's how their families were. And there's still younger women coming in that came from a house that didn't have those values, and they don't want those things. They want to feel independent. They want to feel like they did it themselves. And the thing is that men keep trying to go for the woman that's in this bag while they're in this bag, and the women going for the men that are in this bag while they're in this bag. Everyone needs to date on their level, date in their era, and date in their traditions. That's it.
So what is the incentive for women to change when they can currently pick and choose the best of both worlds? If we're transitioning, what are we transitioning to?
Like I just said, just find someone that has the same values as you.
And how they
And then
were-
men
how they
want to
were raised.
hate women and say, oh, look at how these women just do us dirty. You're dating the wrong kind of woman.
Well, it's
That's
because
your problem.
right now women want 20th century ideals. They want 20th century quote unquote chivalry, which is bull to begin with. But it's they want this 20th century sensibilities, but they want 21st century privileges in that they want to pick and choose what it is that they want at any particular
Because
time.
we were-
I opened
Go
the
ahead.
door for a
Go
guy
ahead, Lindsay.
yesterday, and he said, "Don't you ever open the door?" And I looked at him and I was like, "Ooh, it sent tingles to my happy place." I was
Oh,
like,
Lord.
okay.
We've gotten way off the subject. The
Yeah.
subject was about shit tests. So for those of you guys who don't understand, we experience life differently as men and women. As a man, I will tell you, throughout my entire life, women test me and have tested other men constantly, incessantly, all the time, and it is absolutely subconscious, and you don't even know that you're doing it.
Did you fail or pass?
No, in the beginning, I would fail because I would answer the test or get reactive. Later on, once I realized, oh, that's not what this is about. It's just trying to poke the bear to see if they get a reaction. And then when you don't get the reaction, you're showing you passed the test. That's essentially what happens.
Tori, give me a shit test right now. Go.
Do you really think I can give you a
See,
test
that's a shit
right
test.
now?
That's a shit test right there,
Shit test
exactly.
right there. Exactly.
Yes.
Now,
But
there's-
a lot of times girls think that's flirting. Like, they don't think that it's actually testing your worth. And
Well,
I
yeah, of
say
course
this all the time.
because they don't realize that that's part of the subconscious side of things. There's active shit tests and there's passive shit tests. For all the shit tests are meant to determine fitness. Is this guy the mother that I think he actually is? Is he the guy that he's saying, if you're fronting and saying, I'm an alpha male, right? If you give him this, oh, he thinks he's an alpha male, fine. How about if I go in and try to get him in a fight with this guy over here and see if he can like kick ass and take names?
That's an extreme example. And I know, Jesse, you would never do that, Jesse. I know that. But some women do that.
It's to determine, is this guy the best I can do? So when women are first meeting a guy and they're having this conversation with him, they want to know that he's a good conversationalist and he could carry on it. And if he says he's made partner in the law firm, he better not be a fucking sandwich artist at Subway. Okay, so you have to find some way to determine whether or not that guy is actually who he says he is. How do you do that? You can't just go front on him like there. What you have to do is you just have to say, are you the kind of guy that would do this? Are you the kind of guy? Is he the kind of guy that would hold a door open for somebody? Is he the kind of guy who would protect me if somebody was going to attack me on the street? Is he the best I can do? That's prior to getting into a relationship. Once people are in marriages and they're in long-term relationships, the tests change. It's, how come you didn't take out the trash? How come you didn't mow the lawn? How come we don't make as much money? My mama was always right about you. I knew you would never amount to anything. Those kinds of things, those are shit tests because it's, did I make the right decision? Is he the best that I can do? And if he fails enough of those, then we go see the divorce attorney. Then we say, you know what, this isn't work.
Then we get to the ick.
We're not going to make it.
Then we get to the ick.
Then we get to the ick.
Okay, do you want to go to another one of these clips, or do you want to talk about Jamie?
We will, and we'll go to another clip here, but I just also wanted to point out that Sadia Khan is completely wrong when it comes to hypergamy.
Okay.
Absolutely 100%. What she's talking about is one side of hypergamy, which is the beta buck side, which is the resources. It's the protection, provisioning, and parental investment side.
Yeah.
Nothing to every last bit that she said there is all based on transaction. Everything she talks about is based on transactional. He wants this, he wants the pussy, then he better be able to give me this, and this, and I need some benefits. That's pretty much what it comes down to, and she's completely lost.
Okay, so I'm going to play devil's advocate here because it was just a clip and I've been misquoted in 90-second clips.
I've seen a lot of her other stuff too.
So this is what I think. What she's saying is there's a bunch of different circles for what women want, and all the circles merge and are concentric in this one area where we don't want a man who can manipulate us. It doesn't mean that's the only thing every woman wants with every man that makes every woman attracted to every man, but it is something that women have commonality that they want. That's why I agree with what you're saying.
And then again, it comes back to the shit test, as he was saying here
Yeah.
before, is
The shit test is the manipulation that we're referring to. Yes.
Is he the guy that he purports, he builds himself out to be? Because why, in our evolutionary past, in our ancestral past, a woman could die if she made the wrong decision with the wrong guy. So if the guy can trick her into having a baby with her, and he's not actually an alpha male, he can't actually provide, he's actually dead weight, he's a narcissist, he's a drug addict, or
Has
whatever.
this ever happened?
But you find later
you've
on.
had dead weight alpha
sounds so
beta male.
familiar.
Has this happened
My
to you?
baby daddy.
Your baby daddy? Tell us about your baby daddy.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
He's dead weight.